salutations. I'm Gil.
And I'm Gil, and this is Strategic Prepper.
Recently, Strategic Prepper posted a video on the top 10 reference books that we recommend that you read to enhance your knowledge in the prepping arts. As a companion to that, we're also going to recommend today the top 7 novels that you should read. Why novels? They're make-believe, but a good novel will help us to see different possibilities, different solutions, different scenarios. So we didn't pick these based on literary quality. I would not be the guy to do that, but we're picking these based on what they contribute to the overall prepping art, to our development as well-rounded, balanced preppers. So the novel allows us to see potential problems and solutions through someone else's eyes. They allow us to think beyond ourselves. That's why I love the novels, and we've got some good ones for you coming up. So the first one, not going to be a surprise to anyone. The first one that we recommend is Going Home by A American or Angry American. This book here is a book that starts out, it's a, as of right now, it's a 10-book series. It starts out with the main character stranded by an EMP event, stranded from home, and he's got to walk a couple hundred miles through the northern part of Florida and central Florida. So the first book is a really good discussion, really good view of getting home. Other volumes after that deal with the community environment, the group dynamics, building the group, bugging out from your group location, and things like that. It covers a lot. I would recommend that you start with book 1, Going Home. Another book that probably will not surprise anyone, another excellent book, and this is another one that deals with an EMP event, and this is 1 Second After by, and I hope I don't butcher his name, William Forstchen. Okay, 1 Second After, another EMP event, but this deals with the community response, a community type situation. The main character is a leader within the community, and the community itself has to respond to the EMP as well as other threats that may be likely. It's a very good discussion on a normal course of societal degradation. It's an excellent book to see how that might transpire. 1 Second After, it's a 3-book trilogy. Obviously a trilogy of 3 books. It's a 3-book series. So starting with 1 Second After, excellent book to start. The next book gets away from the EMP, and if I remember correctly, this is a series of terrorist events, and this deals also with a get home type scenario initially. It's a 3-volume series. It has a good discussion on bug out location development. It has multiple get home stories in it. This is Turbulent by T.L. Payne. One thing I really like about this book is it incorporates children or teenagers as the main characters, and if you're a parent or grandparent, it gives you a way to view on how to solve these problems with prepping with SHTF. So it includes the kids, and that's one of the reasons I like it. I also think it's a well-written story. So the next one, book number 4 that I recommend, is a single book. It's not a series, not to my knowledge. And this is Patriots, written by James Wesley Rawles. And this is a book based on an economic collapse, hyperinflation, and the general deterioration. And one of the things that I like about this book, there's a couple of things. This is a group of people that had predetermined to function as a prepping group, a predetermined bug out location, plans and all this, and it really helps to understand the development of a group and the group dynamics. Another thing that I like about this, it wasn't an immediate event like an EMP. The different characters have to struggle with when to pull the trigger and to head out of Dodge. And they make different decisions. And naturally, some decide well and some don't decide well, and it goes into their stories. It's a good book on a number of fronts. It really gets into the group dynamics. If you're looking at building a group or looking at how your group is set up, this is probably going to give you the best detail on how to set up a group prior to SHTF. So I would recommend Patriots by James Wesley Rawles. Book number 5. This is Locker 9 by Franklin Horton. This is another get home book. This is a book based on a series of terrorist attacks. And actually, Mr. Horton has 3 different series that I know about that are all based in this general universe of the terrorist attacks. So this is one of them, and I like this. This is the main character here is a college-age young lady. She's off to school when the terrorist attack strikes, and she has to get home. And the father was very thorough in his preparation for her. This is an excellent book if you have college-age kids, if you're about to have college-age kids, and you want some ideas and some concepts on how to help them get ready and how to prepare for them. The father in this book was very detailed. He's got some great ideas. I love this book, especially if you've got older kids and you need to see how one person has solved that challenge. So that is Locker 9 by Franklin Horton. Book number 6, also a single book, not a series. This is Lights Out, and this is an EMP event, a single event like some of the others. This book focuses in a community, a suburban type community, and the community has to pull together. So whereas 1 second after was a whole town, and actually a couple of towns, this is just an organized neighborhood. So a different scenario, and these people, for the most part, were not preppers, although there is a prepper as one of the main characters, but most of these were generally not in the community. So the book discusses how this group worked together and how they functioned together, and some of the different challenges and dynamics and some of the solutions that they had. A real good neighborhood prepping type book. So that looks at that from a different angle. The last book that I've got is also from Angry American, or A American, and that is Cry Havoc. This is another financial collapse book. This is a single book, not a series. And the main characters here, who nominally know each other, they end up together during a deteriorating financial and civil situation. They have to get out of Dodge, travel halfway across the country, and it's a good story on how they get from point A to point B. It's a good story on their interrelationship and some of the things that they do and some of the things they don't do. So 7 books that I recommend, that if you read these 7 books, you're going to have a good, well-rounded understanding of what it takes to be a prepper. You're going to have a good, well-rounded understanding of some of the problems you may encounter and a number of potential solutions. You read these 7 books, you're going to have a wealth of knowledge on how to be a prepper. You're going to have a broad-based knowledge, and you're going to have a balanced knowledge. So I recommend these 7 books. Number 7, Cry Havoc by Angry American. Number 6, Lights Out by David Crawford. Number 5, Locker 9 by Franklin Horton. Number 4, Patriots by James Wesley Rawles. Number 3, Turbulent by T.L. Payne. Number 2, 1 Second After by William Forstchen. And the number 1 book that I suggest everyone start with is Going Home by A American, or Angry American. So again, 7 books to help you get started as a prepper, to help you get started understanding the art of prepping. And if you've been prepping for a while and you haven't read these books, by all means, I recommend that you read those, and you're going to enjoy the read, I think, and you will also get a lot out of it as far as a broad-based knowledge. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and click the bell so that you can be notified of other future videos that we've got coming. Stay safe and stay prepared.